California. How about the drone shot, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set for the weigh-in for tomorrow night's Mikey Garcia versus Sandor Martin showdown, live exclusively on DAZN. My name is Todd Grisham. I'll be calling the fights tomorrow night alongside Sergio Mora and Chris Spanix. We're counting down the moments to the weigh-in as we get set to bring in all the fighters tonight. You'll see it live right here. Matchroom Boxing USA in Fresno for the first time. We're expecting over 8,000 fans, ladies and gentlemen. It is certainly a hot ticket, and the weather should be perfect as well. Mid-70s tomorrow night as they continue to build the ring. Trust me, it will be ready in time. At least it better be, or there's going to be some heads that roll, ladies and gentlemen. Now we'd like to bring in the Chief Executive Officer of Matchroom, Mr. Frank Smith, who will join me now as we get set for today's weigh-ins. And Frank, tell us first of all, why did Matchroom decide to come to Fresno, California?
Mainly because of the weather, to be honest. It's a lovely place to come now. But you know, you see we've got 8,000 people here tomorrow night. It's a real fight city, and we can't wait. We can't wait for a big show. Obviously, Mark Castro's from Fresno, making his his first fight here. So it's going to be a great night. Very exciting, big card.
Yeah, tell us about the main event. Mikey Garcia coming back in action, taking on Sandor Martin.
Yeah, he's obviously had a long time out. You know, his last fight against Jesse Vargas in Dallas. And I think there's huge opportunities out there. He's still got, huge appetite for massive fights from here. Sandor Martin, who's headlined many of our Spanish shows, he goes in there. This can change his life if he gets a win against Mikey Garcia. So, big main event, big opportunity there in that fight.
And besides our main event, which fight are you personally most excited to see here in Fresno?
Really looking forward to seeing Gonzalez. That's going to be an exciting fight, hearing a lot of good things from him, from Robert Garcia about him, and also the Soto, the world title fight on there, and Mark Castro obviously back here, all their young prospects on the card as well. It's going to be a great show.
Matchroom got a little grief a few months ago. People saying, why isn't Matchroom doing more shows in the United States? Well, we're back here in Fresno, and you guys have a loaded end of the year schedule here.
Yeah, we've got a stacked lineup coming up. We've obviously got this show, November 19th, Demetrius Andrade takes on Jason Quigley, and a stacked card there at Medelliev against Rios on the card. Julio Cesar Martinez returns as well against McWilliams Arroyo. Then you've got Devin Haney's fight coming up in December. Obviously, we won the first bid now for Teofimo Lopez against George Cambosa. So, we're back 4 big shows to end the year with, and a big 2022 coming as well.
Yeah, before we start the weigh-in, I've got to have you weigh in on last week's Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder fight. What did you think about it? And then break down the fight we'll see in 2 weeks on DAZN between Otto Wallen as he squares off against Dillian Whyte to find out the new #1 contender.
Yeah, Tyson Fury, look, every time he shocks people, every time he goes in the ring, you can't really doubt him now. It's a great time for boxing, great time for heavyweight boxing. Lots of big opportunities out there. Obviously, Joshua's going to rematch Usyk, and hopefully we get to see that undisputed fight towards the end of next year. Dillian Whyte, as you say, he always faces any challenge. Going in there against Otto Wallen, a man who Tyson Fury faced, and obviously a tough fight for him. So Dillian Whyte's got a big opportunity there because he eventually is going to get that Tyson Fury fight. WBC mandatory, and hopefully we see that.
Well, Dillian Whyte obviously got caught sleeping a little bit in his first fight against Povetkin when he got knocked out. Obviously, he avenged that fight. Are you worried about Dillian maybe looking forward to possibly fighting Tyson Fury, looking past Otto Wallen?
I don't think he ever looks past anyone, to be honest. He came back in that second Povetkin fight, got the win. One thing you've got to commend him for, he takes all challenges. He's been the WBC mandatory, I think, for over 3 years now. Should have had an opportunity a lot longer. And in those interim periods, he never shied away from a test, whether that was the Joseph Parker fight he took, whether that was Oscar Rivas, Alexander Povetkin, as we saw. He always took challenges, so I don't think he's going to look past him. He's a professional, and he's going to go in there and get the job done, and then a big fight in 2022 for him.
I love it. Can we change sunglasses?
No, I prefer mine.
Well, I got mine at 7-Eleven. You paid 10 times more than I did. All right, he is Frank Smith, ladies and gentlemen, and now we send it to David Diamante as we get set for the weigh-ins for Mikey Garcia and Sandor Martin.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to Chukchansi Park here in beautiful Fresno, California for the official weigh-in for our big night of fights taking place here on Saturday night. Now it's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing, and we're sponsored by BetOnline, AutoZone, and JD Sports. All the action, of course, will go out live around the world exclusively on DAZN. It's a great fight card with 9 fights, so at this time we're going to go ahead and bring the fighters up to the stage so they can face the scale and face each other. Our first contest, 4 rounds in the lightweight division. Now making his way to the stage, his professional record, no wins, 1 defeat. Presentando de la capital, Buenos Aires, Argentina. Please welcome Luciano Ramos. And his opponent now making his way to the stage, fighting out of Brisbane, California, Saturday night. He'll be making his professional debut. 17-time amateur national champion, Charlie Sheehy. Now to the scale, Luciano Ramos. 137.8 for Luciano Ramos, 137.8. And now to the scale, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time as a professional, Charlie Sheehy. 134.2, 134.2 for Sheehy. Sheehy v. Ramos, 4 rounds lightweights, getting us kicked off here at Chukchansi Park in Fresno, California.
Woo! And yeah!
Gonna go ahead and send it down to Todd.